Okay, so I am here now. Don't think anyone's here yet, but I am just a tad bit late, like almost 30 minutes. Volume looks okay. But I hope everyone will forgive me for being like 20 some minutes late, so. I hope it is socially acceptable. I probably should have put a content warning on this one because it's not always friendly. Why is my quality terrible? Okay, it's fine. That was weird. Okay, whatever. I have one lurker, so hello, person. I will... Supposedly, I guess I'll just start now. I should have probably put a content warning on this one because Higurashi gets a little intense. I don't think, though, that there's any, like, graphic images. It's just, like, graphic content. Because of the visual novel part, it's like... the way they set up the game, like, they had a good... It has a really interesting setup to where it's, you know, visual novel. But they don't have any, like, CGs. It's just all, like, backgrounds and background noises. And it's set up, like, to where, like, all the gruesome stuff is, like, described in text and, like, sound effects, like music and such. But they don't really show anything. So it's, like, it's graphic imagery, but not graphic, like, graphic description, but not graphic imagery. So, I guess we'll start. I have no idea. I just finished chapter 1 last time I played this. How was your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or a conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seeming suspicious. Oh, have I enjoyed? Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. Please enjoy it. Difficulty is lower? Lower? That was the first chapter's name, right? I don't remember. Let me look at my list of games. Yes. So it's lower? I don't understand what it means by lower. But okay. Oh god. No. No children laughter. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not accept that. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist. But I still want to quench your thirst, for I am the one who cast you into the desert. What? Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, Higurashi's so frickin' weird. 1983. Wait, this takes place in the 80s? What? I didn't know that. Okay, so no wonder, like, he couldn't just pick up his cell phone, like, all of a sudden and just be like, hey, I'm dying. Like, they didn't have that shit back in the 80s. That makes sense. I didn't realize this was set so far, like, in No, not that the 80s was that far, that far away, but I thought it was, like, at least the 90s or something, because the anime didn't get released till, like, the 2000s. Like, early 2000s, I think. So, weird. Okay. The chirping of birds served as my alarm clock. I knew it was set in an old country town, and that's why I assumed, like, there wasn't as much technology and stuff. But it's also set quite a bit of, ways in the past, which is why they don't have as much as well. Like, twice as much. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? I don't know, was it? Why was I waking up at this disgustingly wholesome hour? Back to sleep, back to sleep. What do you mean wholesome hour? Like, too early, I guess? Keiichi, are you awake? Okay, so that's how I save. I forgot everything. Hi, Yuki. How are you? You have a phone call. Oh, that's his mom. Okay. Every time I see the little squiggles, I think it's, I call her Reina. I think it's Rena, though. I always call her Reina. I don't know why. That's good. Yeah, waifu's in pain. That sounds about right. Of course, like, all the waifus are, like, psychotic, so you can't really, like, say they're really waifus, unless you're into that kind of thing, and then I'm not gonna judge, but why? At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Phone call? So how is Keiichi still alive is what I want to know, because at the end of the first chapter, he effing died. Spoiler alert. But this is chapter 2, so, like, anyone, watching should have at least, like, no idea of what happened in the first chapter. But why? How is he still alive? I don't understand. And stampeded noisily down the stairs. That's kind of what stampeded means. But okay. I don't know what you mean by, best waifu there, but, yanderes are, like, not my thing, personally. I would rather not worry about dying in my sleep or having someone kill someone on my behalf because they supposedly love me. No thanks, no death involved in my romantic relationships, but you do you. He's awake. I'll put him on right now, my mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Please tell me it's not Reina. I do not want to get stabbed or, choke on nails again, or... Was it nails? I don't think it was nails. I think it was... Oh, it was needles! Needles! She put her and, is it Mion? I think it's Mion. Put needles in his, mochi, and he almost choked on them. Hello, it's me. Who might this be? Oh, that's gotta be Mion. My Mion laugh is terrible. Ah ha 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 ha. It sounds like a princess, like, Himadere laugh. Morning, Keiichi-kun. You're such a sleepyhead. Such a sleepyhead. Oh, that's Reina. Okay. I thought that was Mion, because Mion is the one that always laughs all the time. Oh, Reina. What's up, calling so early in the morning? I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day, you know? It was 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day. I mean, it kind of is, almost. So what's up? Hold on a second. I'll put Mi-chan on now. Oh no. Ohayo, Kei-chan. If I were to say it in English, that'd be good morning. I know. While we're at it, why don't you try saying it in Chinese, German, and Russian as well? Ni hao, Kei-chan. Guten Morgen, Kei-chan. Russian? Das vidanya. How the hell should I know? The laughs I can't do very well. But I'll try. Wahahaha. Well, whatever. This stupid conversation has woken me up. Ahahaha. That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you free right now? I don't know, am I? Are you gonna try to kill me? Because if so, no. I am, totally not free. The opposite of free. If you're good, then we've got everybody. Everybody? Does she mean all the club members? How is everything back to normal? Like, I don't understand. Kei-chan supposedly died, and everything's fine, apparently. Okay. That's kind of how these go, though, from what I remember. I've only seen the anime, actually, like the first season, so I don't actually know what happens in the visual novel as opposed to the anime. I know there's some differences there, but they kind of like go in arcs, from what I remember. They go in arcs where like they has a really like terrible ending, like usually Keiichi dies at the end, and then it's all fine, and then they go through another arc. It's like everything gets erased and then it restarts, like some weird like Groundhog Day shit, but except you don't remember anything. That's right, you might be thinking, every day always ends up in heated competition, but at least I can spend my day off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening or why it's happening, but I'm pretty sure that's how these are set up. Because at the end of the first chapter, this is the beginning of chapter 2, at the end of the first chapter, Keiichi dies, the main character dies, and so it's like, how is he here with everybody else if he's dead, you know? I don't know, and everything's totally fine, he's just going to club, like nothing happened, like he didn't die, and yeah. It's fine. It's fine, everything's fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure he does hate dying. I don't think anyone likes dying. Of course, you wouldn't really know because you'd be dead, so how would you know if someone likes dying or not? Because they'd be dead. Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's the weekend. Oh, it looks like Kei-chan has come to understanding our club. So, how about it? Can you come? I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse Club President Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? Not getting murdered! That sounds like fun! It's not like I planned on doing anything. And if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways. If you understand that much, then you can't refuse, right? If you're okay with it, then meet at the usual place at 1 o'clock. We're going into town, so bring your bike, okay? Maybe he doesn't die when he is killed. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know, actually. That's why I'm playing these, because I actually don't really know why all this is happening. And no one really does right now, at this point in the story. Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way this wasn't going to be intense. I'm holding a pretty big grudge from that narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I'm not going to lose. A couple of days ago was Friday's club activities. That uncompromising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all the points were tallied. In the end, I won by only 1 chip. Congrats, Kei-chan. Mion came in second. Wow, he beat Mion! Like, write this down in the books. Like, Mion, like, they do all these weird, like, games and stuff, in their club. And Mion, like, almost always, like, 99% of the time, she wins. So if anyone else wins, it's like, what? See, now she's pouting. Damn it. To think, if I hadn't squandered that 1 chip. Mion lamented thus, perhaps more so than the fact that she lost the match. Mion doesn't lose. That's why Mion only won when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So, did she mean for today to be a grudge match? I don't know what Mion ever thinks. Bring it on. Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make you play the penalty game. Make sure you play in a way that you won't regret it when you lose. Hee. Wouldn't have it any other way. It'll make it all the better when I crush you. After that, we exchanged jeers for a bit before hanging up the phone. this is the shit about Higurashi. So, like, everything right now seems normal, right? Like, everyday school kids, you know, just chilling, playing games, like, the antics of everyday teenagers, like, that sort of thing. Well, they're not all teenagers. The two little ones are, like, 7 or 8 or something. Maybe 10 at max. But everything's so normal right now. Like, everything's cool, everything's fine. And then, like, you know, within a couple hours of playing, like, some weird shit happens. And it's so weird and off the wall that you're like, there's no way that just happened. Like, I'm just imagining things, right? That didn't just happen. That's what Keiichi-chan always thinks. And then it happens again, but this time different. And it's like, what? And then it just keeps happening. Like, these weird things just keep happening. And then all of a sudden, like, nothing is normal anymore. And everything is weird. After that, we exchanged gears for a bit before hanging up the phone. It's, like, so unsettling, because it's like everything's supposedly normal on the outside, but on the inside, once you realize the stuff that's actually happening, it's so messed up. As I headed back upstairs hastily to get the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down. "Oh, Keiichi, you seem like you're in a good mood. Heading out?" "Something like that. I'm going to town to play with everybody." "Take care. Watch out for the traffic. Be back before dinner." Yeah, I'll be back by then." I think my Keiichi voice is probably the best, to be honest. Oh, I like my Reina voice, too. I like when she repeats things. It's so funny. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I reveled a bit in the resistance to the slightly stiff pedal gave as I pushed on it. Alright, let's go. I set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air. "Keiichi-kun, you're late! Ah, sorry to keep you waiting." "Huh? Where are Satoko and Rika-chan?" "I don't know, where are they?" "Rather than meeting up with them here, it's a lot quicker to just meet up in town." "Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Satoko and Rika-chan's houses were on the other side, past the school." "Oh yeah, what's up with doing club activities in town? It can't be that everybody's going to put on masks and rob banks all day, is it?" "I wouldn't mind doing that. Even then, I wouldn't lose to you." "Ooh." "You see, Michan always tells me the routes and schedules of the armored bank cars. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why. What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seemed possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Seriously, Mion? Reina? What are you saying? Sorry, Michan, sorry. The two of them joked around. That's all they ever do. Until they decide to murder. And then they do that. A bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like today. "Hey, you two. Satoko and Rika-chan are waiting for us, aren't they? Stop fooling around and get going." Round and around, foolishly about like two fluttering butterflies, I earnestly wished I could just keep watching them like this. The five of us together would be absolutely more fun. That's right. Well then, let's go. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Once we split the loot, everybody scram! Yeah! God, they're so funny, like, honestly. When they're not trying to kill you, they're so funny. The three of us on our bikes headed over the gently sloping hill towards town. I'm hoping one of the intense moments, happens. Like, before I end this episode. Because these, like, chapters are super long. Like, the last one I did was, like, 9 hours or something, or 10. Just for chapter 1. And, it took quite a couple hours, probably, 2 or 3 episodes to really get some unsettling, like, development there, to find, because everything, you know, starts off super, super chill. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okinomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get through here, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself, for that matter. The street we were headed down today was, of course, unfamiliar to me as well. Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way. Around here, there's lots of things like arcades and toy stores. Michan knows a lot about it. So there's an arcade. I used to go to one pretty often. My gamer's blood roils within me. Always going to an arcade? Keishan, you're quite the delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. It's a good one. There's quite a few machines. It seemed like the town of Okinomiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. The one thing I wish they did in this game was, like, you know, make it absolutely clear who's talking, because most of the time I can figure it out, but there are some times, because they don't have the name tags, like, attached to them, that I'm like, I have no idea who's talking. I'm like, is that Reina? Is that Mion? Is that Rika? I have no clue. There are certain, like, cues that they give that I can kinda see. I kinda tell without needing him, but eventually we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Was this the arcade? No, it was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filing in and out of the store, they were doing almost too well for themselves. Could it be that store is having some sort of event today? Exactly. Top prize is 50,000 yen. 50,000? What the heck is that? That's the GNP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over. Two cute figures messing about the front of the store noticed us and waved their hands. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my gosh. Rika's my favorite, the girl on the left. She's so adorable. Like, you just want to pat her little head. And she pats everybody's head, so. Hello, everybody. We've been waiting for you. Good morning. Hey, morning, Rika-chan. Satoko. We'll settle this before the cops get here. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Huh? Keiichi-san, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are we late? Did we keep you two waiting? We finished early today, so we've been waiting a while. Sorry about that. Keiichi-chan here was taking his sweet time. Well, if it was Keiichi's fault, it couldn't be helped. I love Rika, she's so cute. Saying that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? Yes. You're the lone male. Of course you're the bad guy. Of course. Who else but Keiichi-san could fill this important role? Oh ho ho. I don't like being cast like that. If you think this will solve everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Smack, 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 smack. KK's bullying me! Wah! I forgot how much of a child Satoko is. Such a shame that Keiichi's bullying you. But she's not gonna do anything about it. I love Rika. She's like, it's such a shame, but she's not gonna help her. Satoko's crying. She's crying. Oh yeah, and Reina has this thing about cute things. I'm taking her home. Your big sis here will take care of the bad guy, okay? Oof. Wham. Reina ecstatically wiped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satoko's face, while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I laid sprawled on the ground. Damn. Yes, this is fine. Everything's fine. Yep. This is the way things are supposed to be solved. Although, I think we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth. Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Oof. The big oof. Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me. Apparently, they all knew Mion, and figuring out that she had arrived, they greeted her with jeers a few at a time. Michan is a regular at this toy shop, so she has a lot of friends. A regular at a toy shop? What's up with that? Hey, I'd be a regular at a toy shop. Hey, Keiichi-san, take a look back here. Following Satoko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at tables, almost like some sort of birthday party. Ooh, club card games? I realized it immediately. It couldn't be. This is the venue for today's club activities? Surprised, Kei-chan? I'm good friends with the owner here. He sometimes lets me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base. Expand his customer base? I see. Meaning, all the boys livening up the place were participants? That's right. Normally it's just us 5, but today we're going to play with lots and lots of people. Reina was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. I'm also extremely suspicious right now, because the beginning of the first chapter had some sort of, like, weird, like, I don't know what exactly happened, but I'm pretty sure somebody died. Like, it was something really weird, and, like, super unsettling. And then this chapter's all happy. Like, what is... I'm suspicious. Like, when... What? Keiichi-san, I know exactly what you're thinking. Oh? Well, then why don't you try saying it? Together, okay? 1, 2... These are all enemies. Soko's voice and mine blended together in harmony. I looked over at the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen. My eyes lit up like a flame. I wish I could win that. Hey, Kei-chan. Looks like today will be fun. Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal is still the same. Rivals? Kei-chan, do you think a whale keeps track of all the krill it eats? She said that in an unpleasant voice, laughing with the aggressive glint in her eyes reserved solely for club activities. Damn savage. Damn it, Mion. She's as serious as she can get today. I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika-chan. Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Oh no. Oh no. that music change. Rika-chan was using those kinds of traits to soften up the group with an almost excessive pleasantness. I'm also going to do my best. Go for it, yay! Go for it, yay! Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a cheer. This is a horror game, guys. This is a horror game, guys. Oh my gosh. It never ceases to amaze me how happy it is. Sometimes, like at the start. Ugh, before things get so weird. The inside of the store had been consumed by the world of Rika-chan. I want to live in that world. That would be adorable. Damn, she's already chomping at the bit.
It seems like today's gonna be fun. I'm going to do my best. How?
It seemed that Reina was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping about and running around, she had entered entirely into cute mode. In Reina's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belied the fact that this was the state in which she was the most threatening. Mion was making small talk with some of the regular customers she was acquainted with. It was like business as usual with her. Of course, if enemy thought that Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in her club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chill wind. Yeah, you don't mess with Mion. I love how, like, all these CGs, like, the backgrounds, they're all, like, real places, like, real life. Usually it's, like, an animated background of some sort in visual novels, but they use the animated characters, but they put them in, like, real-life backgrounds that are just kind of, like, what's the word? Faded out, so you can't really see the details. Damn it, Mion. Throwing away her honor and humanity like that. She's serious. Keiichi-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from Mion-san's own pockets. What? I didn't even need the text to know he was gonna say that. She was putting out the 50,000 yen? All by herself? That moment, a dark miasma that warped Mion's surroundings began to appear. Oh. What is it, Kei-chan? Is there something on my face? Hee hee hee. Eep. A shiver crept up my spine. That Mion, cornering herself like that. She was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me. Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy. Yeah, don't mess with Mion, man. She'll mess you up. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur, and who was going to win. It's gonna be me! I don't know. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. It's getting interesting.
Keiichi-kun, let's do our best, okay? Do our best. How?
Reina was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Reina in her cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her, if possible.
Rika-chan, do your best. We're all cheering you on. Okay, I'll do my best.
Rika-chan, who was exuding way too much charm, no matter how you looked at it, had already won over most of the onlookers to her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been Rika-chan's creed, but for her to be blatantly laying about her machinations like this, something was definitely strange. Like Reina, she was somebody who I didn't want to fight if I could help it. Of course, the one you don't want to fight the most is Mion-san. I've been lucky to even leave alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there was a day that even came close to being this dangerous. Mion-san seems to have developed quite the grudge after losing that poker match a few days back, you know? Seems that way. In other words, today is just an elaborate stage for her revenge. That smile, though. Almost as though she were psychic, Mion turned towards us. Her eyes silently conveyed the message. You guys just figured that out now? It wasn't just Mion. Both Reina and Rika-chan were more pumped up than they'd ever been. Yeah. One's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties. I hope they're not actual casualties. Just mental casualties. It seems that somehow Keiichi-san and I are the only ones left. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round? Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick it into gear. What? I hate when that music changes. My spinal column shuddered like it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice was being jammed into it, began to freeze. I could almost see the flames backlighting Satoko with their intensity. Even when, while Satoko was displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhuman, almost as if it were a plastic mask. Heh, you must really want to eliminate me in the opening round. You can't hide that murderous intent.
Oh, that's too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious today, Keiichi-san. Ho ho ho.
Without a doubt, it was a trap.
It's a trap!
It's always a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I fought with Satoko during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if it were... Oh my god, I can't talk. Would be more certain than if I went against Mion. That's for sure. God, Mion's terrible. I love the little catchy music. It's great. A pitch-black miasma permeated the inside of the store. Did they all want to win that 50,000 yen prize that much? No, that's not right. The only ones competing for the prize money were the casual participants. It was different. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal was always the very top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong winds could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside of me. That's an intense flame, right there. Whew. The fuse had been lit on this unprecedentedly intense club battle. It was then that the owner of the store told me in a lackadaisical voice that it was about time to begin. Is everybody ready? Listen close now. Mion began with the formalities, standing in for the owner, and explained the rules of today's tournament. Oh. You're only playing to win. There is no second or third place. That's the same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were to split up into 5 groups via a draw, and each group would have one winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final. Now, as for how each group will compete, each table can decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes. Already in club mode, DEFCON 1. I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Mion, can I ask a question? Won't everybody push to play a game they're good at, not be able to agree on which one?
How? That's right. We can't decide, we can't start.
The spectators also nodded along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who could simply cede to their opponent's suggestion. I'd prefer if you were all good sports and managed to come to a decision on our own, but if it comes to a stalemate, should we have the store's owner decide for you? It was an event at a toy store, after all. You expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with the rule that any losing participants would have to buy the game they lost at, a rather nice proposition for the store. That's just so nice! That would be great for business. Sorry. First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Alright, time to draw. Time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush him. At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eye. Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club members will have a separate penalty game than the casual participants. Huh. I thought as much. What's the gist of it? The winner gets to give the losers 1 order each. Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Oh, an order. Okay, order them around. Damn you, Mion. Was she really planning on parading me around Hinamizawa in cat ears and a banana hammock with a tail attached to something? She would ask you to do that, yes. The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easily. On top of that, this time, it wasn't just the person who finished last who would have to submit to the penalty game. The losers get 1 order each. In other words, even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game. That'd be the case. What about if there's no winner? Like, if all the club members drop out midway through? Ah ha 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 ha. Kei-chan, are you alright in the head? I get asked that a lot, I feel like. What? Look at Mion's eyes. Psh, no! No, I'm not. It's fine. The look in Mion's eyes became that of a lion baring its fangs. How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to some mewling newborns? Kei-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I'll show you. I'll show you. We shall meet in the finals. What is this, a sports anime? We shall meet in the finals. I won't lose. The results of the draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divvied up amongst the 5 tables. How did this happen? How did this happen? But the draw was that random. The thought that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine, though. I'll crush all your petty tricks. Crush them all! Now, where are my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding to the number on their ticket. The competition at my table was these 2, huh? They look younger than me. Huh? Aren't you 2 classmates of mine? Oh, hi. I'm Tomita. This is Okamura. Okamura-kun greeted me by nodding his head. So my opening round must be against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seems like a pretty easy matchup. Lucky. Time to destroy them without mercy. Yes, I am. I thought I mentioned that in the last stream, but yes. I have lots of visual novels going on right now. Like 3, to be exact. And they're all completely different. Well, 2 are horror, actually, but... Well, actually, this is just what the newer visual novel looks like. I think they took all the same backgrounds, but they updated the models to look nicer. So, when the models come on screen, you'll see it's actually, like, decently new. Like, not, like, super, super new, but decent. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your games and start. With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my two classmates, who seemed taciturn at first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. There was absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, they're all games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't decide on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Clearing his throat, the shop owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. There was a game called Billionaire. Oh, yep, heard of that one. Quite the vintage we have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. There's a free fan patch that pulls in all the console editions. There's a console version of this game? I didn't know that. Interesting. No, I literally just downloaded it from Steam and just decided to play it, so I didn't know if there was any patches or updated versions or anything. Interesting. Okay. I just bought the visual novel just to play it. I didn't know there was a difference. That damn shop owner. Was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell? Probably. I know this one. You guys do too, right? Spin the wheel and head to the goal. Whoever has the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The two nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. At that time, I already had a feeling of impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit. So this is what I do. I just like find games on Steam and just play them for fun. So I don't like look that much into it. I just download the base game and just play it through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive 5,000 from everybody. Sorry. What? What? I'm confused. Okay, I built a bit of a lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bonus. Receive 100,000 from the bank. What did celebrate the birth of your child has to do with anything? What? The tables were turned in an instant? 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder course. Whoa, that's a good route. Seemed like only my piece wasn't landing on the steady spaces. I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring out board games for club activities, but that reason was laid bare to me before my eyes. That's right. I'd only realized it now. This game is completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I ended up in first place at the end? The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. How were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wandered off to the other tables. I wonder why, when they released this game then, why they didn't just add that patch, like, themselves, or make it a downloadable feature or something that you could buy, like a DLC. How were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wandered off to the other tables. Mion's table was... what? They weren't doing anything? Had they still not decided on a game? No, they probably already... Mion probably won. This naive idea, existing to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she bought from the vending machine outside in one hand. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. It couldn't be. She'd already finished? What game was it? That easily? It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since we started, and her two opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there, slumped over in disappointment. Licensing? But if they released it for other games, then, like, why wouldn't they just release it that way? I don't know. Whatever. They were sitting there slumped over in disappointment, muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they find no answer. I guess I'm doing things the legal way, which is probably the boring way, but, you know, whatever. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion? Then what about Reina's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. It looked like their game was Karuta. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Reina tended to dawdle along and spaced out a lot. That sounds like Reina. Would she have a hard time with this game? Then I'll read it out. Dog gets tired on a walk. Oh, bam! Damn. At the same time, the shop owner began sounding out the words. The card in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth. Impossible. Where did it go? Where did it come from? Where did it go? It was against Reina's cheek. She was rubbing it there. How so cute! I'm taking it home! Looking at the card Reina was rubbing against her cheek, it was some anime-themed version of Karuta. Rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Oh my god, I would buy that instantly. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain. Damn. Those types of pictures, even I can play with godlike speed. Of all people to play that game, it had to be Reina. It was entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier. It's over. Mion smiled coldly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back. So cute, so cute. Even if Reina wins, I'll still buy all these cards. I'm taking them home. How? After that, the second the cards started being read out, bam, bam, such decisive sounds echoed. Well then, how about Satoko? Oh, she was playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Satoko's face, it seemed that she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the first person to take over the flow of the match could run away as the winner. Excuse me. Cards still in play had decreased. If you memorized the card that had been turned over before, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this point. Satoko probably knew the positions of all the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided. Hojo, sorry, but I'm also aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this. This guy, did he have the locations of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. The tension on his face relaxed. Oh no. It's over. I whispered that in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? No way! The Ace of Hearts should have been here! There was a commotion at Satoko's table as the shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. I didn't. After all, there really wasn't anything to be surprised about. Oh, I love Japanese voice actors, to be honest. Yeah. It's cool either way. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the Ace of Hearts should have been there. There's no way. I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. I might. Just for fun. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent was a Satoko, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Satoko, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle is over. Keiichi-san, you still haven't finished your match? You have no sense for these things. With a refined tone of her voice reserved for only winners, Satoko called out to me. For the casual observer, it must have looked like she only eked out a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided. It was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part about it was that her opponent didn't know that his role had already been assigned. Nice work there, setting up a farce of a trap with the Ace of Hearts. My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough. Satoko was a trapper. LOL. That's funny. Yeah, I loved the old anime, the old Higurashi anime. I only watched, like, the first season of it, but it was so crazy. It was, like, the first, like, horror anime I ever watched. But it really, like, blew my mind. Her true talent was never having one misfire. LOL, that's funny. Well, that's kind of, they talk really different, like, because of their, you know, country accents and stuff, but also, they just have their own personalities that they use different, like, ways of saying words, because of the characters, but... Sitting off only a trap was more than enough? Ain't that cool. The fact that the other club members were winning one after the other with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. Alright, how's Rika-chan doing? How's our club's sly little fox doing? What the heck is that? Over in the corner, the mood at the table was decidedly different from the others. Oh! That music change! The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know that battery-powered fishing game? The one where the fish opened and closed their mouths as they rotated on the platform and used a magnetic fishing rod to pick them up? That old thing. Seemed they planned on competing by seeing who could catch the most fish, but it would become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive. Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god. Wow, I caught one. You're so good. Rika-chan, you're good at this. Oh my, she caught another one. Rika-chan was really good at this. I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents, along with the onlookers before the matches had even begun, but brilliantly played. That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club. Yeah, it's a lot of crazy stuff there. Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have known about it, because they were Japan only. I don't usually, like, play Japan only stuff, because you always have to, like, go on some, like, weird website to download it, and then usually use an emulator or something. It's Rika-chan's total victory. Total victory! Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she? What Rika-chan is trolling for probably isn't fish. Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard. This is a masterful technique that only Rika is allowed. Only Rika can do. Yeah, a masterful technique. Maibara-san, it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Guess it is. 1, 2, fined for tax evasion. Pay $50,000. Jesus Christ. In contrast, my game. What an unseemly situation this was. Yeah, right? Noticing the uneasy creeping across my face, my companions came to see how I was doing. I actually I don't know, like, the models themselves look perfectly fine to me, and yeah, the backgrounds are kind of potato, but, like, I actually don't mind it. I thought Chaos Head actually had a Steam release, though, didn't they? I don't know. Keiichi, could it be you're struggling? You're struggling? I've watched the anime. Not sure about the game, though. Okamura, right now, how much money do you have? Okamura, oh my god. Who had wrung lots of money out of his elite course, began to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills. About 980,000, I guess. Jesus! How much money do you have, Tomita? I have 880,000. I'm so close enough to turn this around. Those two, it looked like they would easily surpass $1 million. Well, Kei-chan, how much do you have? He's probably in debt. Myeon's tone of voice was grim for the get-go. It was her disappointment and disgust as club president. It can't be helped. There's no strategy involved other than spinning the wheel in this game. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell those two to close their eyes and count to 100 while I rig the wheel? You know there's no way I can do that. Rika-chan gently pet my head. Still, she wasn't too happy. How pathetic. At one point I thought you'd be a worthy adversary. I've been utterly disillusioned. Don't give up, Keiichi-kun. There has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best. Right till the end. Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback with this game relying entirely on luck? right, Mion? Mion's face, however, was almost unbelievably indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexciting. She then turned her back without saying a word. Hey, me... It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself. I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but Kei-chan was the only one who wasn't. What do you mean by serious? Are you telling me to control the spinner through sheer force of will? How can I do that? If you were serious about it, you would have settled this game 10 seconds from when you started. Damn. Me-chan, you don't have to get so angry. Wait! Oof. Yeah, Chaos Head did have a really great OST. That's one thing I can't say about Kingdom Hearts. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do love the OSTs. Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Damn, savage. Rejection. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it, are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying if I were serious, I would have settled this game of a chance in 10 seconds? If I were serious, everybody was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Ugh. Should we continue the game? The two of them were timidly trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that. The table sunk into silence. Meibara-kun, should I take that to mean you're giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, starting to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you! God power activated. Bamf! I clamped my hands on their shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them closer. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, let's make a deal. Let me win. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I had just said or my meaning behind it, were momentarily confused. Hey, Meibara-san, no violence. Let's settle this game properly. Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? The 50,000 yen prize? Well, of course. Winning that kind of money is once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even supposing you win, what are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? Two of them considered it briefly. Buy a new game? Or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice? That's petty. So petty. Are you guys stupid? Then how will you enjoy it if you win, Meibara-san? Me? That's the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns the prize of being able to order the other club members around. First of all, Tomita-kun, you like Satoko, right? Don't deny it. Next, Okamura-kun, you like Rika, right? Don't turn red. I drew the two of them, red-faced and conscious of whether anybody else heard what I just said, even closer. Lol, he's mowing pretty girls. What men covet, what men dream about. It's like an unreachable Garden of Eden. Even then, you'd still aim for it, wouldn't you? It's because our passionate souls scream for Moe. I'm dying. That's so good. That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Tomita-kun, if I win, I'll make Satoko wear a collar and be your little sister for a day. Oh damn. Psh. A red fountain spewed from both of Tomita-kun's nostrils. How old are these kids? Like, seriously. Why are they thinking about this stuff? Also, Okamura-kun, I'll put cat ears on Rika-chan and let you take her out for a walk on a leash. Psh. Blood erupted from the vein in Okamura-kun's forehead. He did. Don't be shy. Just pretend I forced you to go along with me. The two are simply sacrifices to Meibara-san senpai's whims. You can pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything that your hearts desire. Then I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice. My school life was very bleak. I know within my very body how foolish it is to waste such an important time in your lives. So to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that. Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams. Fulfill them. I'll fulfill them for you. I will. Oh my god. I forgot how, like, crazy, like, stupid this game is sometimes. It was this moment that the values of men bridge generations. Maebara-san! Did I ever have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never. There was no way there was. It's because in a man's lifetime, he'll only have 3 fateful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right this moment with these 2. What? What even just happened? It came out of your arm? What? I've never had a nosebleed over a crush. But like I have had nosebleeds before, but never because of any sort of romantic things. It's fine then. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Game over. There's such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned around and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit, and all the spectators certain of my loss. Keiichi-san, what happened? Who won? It was my complete victory. What did you say? Exactly how did you overcome that situation? There's no need to explain what happened. It was a gentleman's agreement, right guys? Yes, sir! The 2 of them, stifling tears of gratitude, answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Basically how this club runs is that they have to cheat to win all the time. No one ever wins the right way in this club. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during those 3 minutes the spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage. You did it! You did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay! Spectators were puzzled at how I was able to so quickly overcome that hopeless situation. That guy, is he able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something? It's a miracle. What devilry is this? He's in cahoots with that Mion, you know. There's no doubt he had some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd, who couldn't help but be excited, out of the corner of my eye. Now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let out a derisive laugh. So this is what it means for me to be serious. Mion. Humph. You took your sweet time. Bearing out fangs at each other, we laughed together in a most unsightly fashion. Mion is a terrible influence. Like, seriously. With this, all the club members have cleared the first round then. Which means this time, it's a match against everybody. A match! I've already decided what I'm going to buy with my prize money. That's only natural, right? Stoka and Reina sneered at each other. Oof. Oof. Humph, these guys. Do they really think they can win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious? See, like, I don't get nosebleeds. Like, I just, like, my face just goes entirely red, and I'm just, like, brain just, you know, it goes, Heather.exe has stopped working, like, entirely. Yeah, I bet that would be awkward. Mion, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now. Hehehe, what a mewling newborn you are. You're a million light years too early to think you can win against me. Mion, light years are a measure of distance. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed. What are we doing, Michan? How are the 5 of us going to face off? How? I love how I've spent an hour and it's all been one single card game. Well now. We have such a splendid lineup. It would be a waste to rush things. Mia's saying something complicated again. It couldn't be. Why, you... Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape, as she turned her back to the table. As for today's contest, I, Club President Mion Sonozaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It be like that sometimes. No worries. We don't judge you here. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. By then, we'll know the best way to settle things. Are you running away from this? This is too unfair, even for you, Mion-san. You newborn. Do you still not realize what has happened? The combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Satoko's advance. We'll meet again. Prepare yourself for your inevitable defeat. Damn. With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted into cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious. The other members did great too. The new guy, Maebara, he's got some strange power. He turned the tables in an instant. Maebara-san! You've got to win! Yeah, I'll dunk someone like Mion headfirst into the river Styx for you. Part of the crowd that had apparently overheard the covenant between Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun, and myself erupted into a cheer again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. No, it's going to be Reina with that ungodly speed. Stoka the trap artist. Rika the siren. It may be a long shot, but it'll be Maebara. However, right now, I had no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive Mion. Outside the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away, Mion. If you're the club president, don't run. Fight me! Put up your dukes, right now! Oh, sorry, Kei-chan. Right now I've got to get going to my part-time job. Huh? Like you would see in a sketch comedy show, my legs slipped in opposite directions till I was doing the splits. Yeah, while you were playing your game, Michan received a phone call. It's too bad. I was just getting good, too. Not our lucky day. We're getting crushed at the sale over at my uncle's store. They don't have enough people to work the register, so he called me for help. When you say your uncle, does he manage a supermarket or something? It's just a small store, but whenever you put stuff on special, all the housewives swarm in like locusts. Don't they have any common sense? Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen. Limit 1 per customer. I was a little surprised. You would never think that this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store just a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, almost exasperatingly so. My shoulders slumped. That's right, club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It really was fun. Enjoy it while it lasts, Keiichi. Enjoy it. Damn, Mion, she really knows how to fire people up. Me too. Oh, sorry. I got so fired up my head started to tingle. Especially Kei-chan. That was so scary. I thought he was going to eat me alive there. It's work, so I guess there's nothing you could do, but it really is too bad. I really want to continue this some other time. Any time is good. How about we do it at the Watanagashi Festival? The Cotton Drifting 5 Demon Firefight. Wow, that's tongue twister. That's right. I'll think about it. Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi Festival? Cotton Drifting 5 Demon? What? Yeah, it's like the whole series just repeats itself. Ah ha ha ha. I love it when things turn out all over the top in manga like. It'd be nice if we could have another thrilling club activity like this soon. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshed just looking at it. That moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us? Thank you, everybody, for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. It's not much, but here's a little something for you guys. Hey, Uncle Yoshiro. Isn't there a little something for me, too? My. Quite an adorable one, is it not? When Stoka and Rika-chan opened the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside. Oh, I love plushies. Wow, they're so cute. Can I take them home? I really can? Which means there's something for me, too? Oh, I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd used to play house. Reina's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Stoka was the same, and Rika-chan too? Ahaha, Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least. How do I say this? I can say it's pretty or cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I can admit, it's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is eh. If you walked around with it, you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow. Definitely. Neon didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. However, after briefly considering, I gave it to Reina instead. Huh? You're giving it to me? To Reina? Thank you! Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Reina, then walking the streets at night would be scary. No doubt, no doubt. I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. Hahaha, you know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. It's bitter that you're a girl. If you were a boy, I would have killed you already. You should kill me while you still can. You know what, Kei-chan? You might not live to regret it. She really does mean that, though. Mion laughed after saying such an ominous line. Everybody laughed heartily along with her. Ask God to make you a boy in your next life. I'll also have him make me a boy. And together, the two of us will start with taking over the country as a warm-up. Mion-chan, if you don't get going soon, shop owner told her meekly. A lot of us looked like we were having a lot of fun, so it must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things. Later then. Today was really fun. I'll see you later, guys. Tomorrow at school. Don't be late for work. Everybody waved their hands and watched as Mion left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting, and the breeze carried a hint of chill. Should we play for a bit more in town, or should we go home? The road gets scary when it's dark. Then I guess it's time to leave. We certainly caused a ruckus today. We sure did. Okay, let's go home. The wind blew gently, as if to cool down those of us flushed with enthusiasm. The road back to Hinamizawa was long, but I didn't really mind. Oh, that's right. Reina-san, you achieved an overwhelming victory, didn't you? When Reina gets like that, I'm sorry to say it, but there's no winning against her. It was because the cards were so cute. See? I bought them. How... She really did buy them, even though she won. That's funny. Rika was the same as usual. When it comes to boys, it's like taking candy from a baby. It was an easy win. How much was calculated and how much was natural? I get scared when I think about how Rika will turn out in the future. Stoko-chan was amazing too. The way it ended was really exciting. I can't laugh anymore. My, throat is like, nope, no more. It wasn't the sort of game where I should be complimented. Oh ho ho. I can do the oh ho ho's though, but I can't laugh anymore. Keiichi, you also showed your fangs at the end there. Well, I guess. I'm not the kind of guy who's strong. I'm the type of guy who's strongest when he's cornered. Tomita-san and the others seem to be cheering you on really hard. What was that about? You made some sort of promise with Tomita and Okamura. It's probably a secret. A secret? A secret? How? I wonder what it is, I wonder. Sometimes for a man, there are times we can only understand one another by fighting. Just really laughing, I frantically tried to avoid the subject. After that, everybody continued to praise each other for how they defeated their opponents, and reflected on how fun today was. Everybody look! The sunset is beautiful! Stoko, getting even more excited, pointed, waiting where her finger indicated was an intense sunset, casting even longer shadows on us on our bikes. The cries of the Higurashi were gentle and very comforting. For now. Who is Mion's uncle? That's a good question. Okay, I always view new tips. Which are basically just like extra scenes and stuff with the world. Who messaged me? Oh. Okay, sorry. Yeah, my OBS is looking weird again. It's fine. Yep. Sorry. I suddenly got called into my part-time job at my uncle's shop today. What's that? No club today, then? Well, I'm sorry. Mia put her hands together in apology and grinned. If you really want to do club today, then you can always do it without this old man. Club locker is stuffed full with games. You can pick whatever. Club locker was the trans-dimensional space from which Mia pulled games whenever we met for club activities. I wondered how so many freaking games could be stored in that locker. It's even smaller than the one with the cleaning supplies in it. Besides those games, there was also a cornucopia of suspicious objects. Costumes? For punishment games. If we lined them all up on the floor in order to sort them, they would definitely fill the entire classroom. Nah, we shouldn't. I get the feeling that if I mess around in that locker, everything inside will come tumbling down on me. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe amateurs shouldn't meddle with this. Hee hee hee. Young gave a hearty laugh, implying that the only one who could do so was the club president. Me? The teacher is looking for the key to the gem storehouse. Do you have any idea where it could be? Eh? Did I not return it to the teacher's lounge? Mion said, feeling about in her pocket. Judging by her expression, she must have planned on returning it, but it was still in her pocket. I knew you had it, Mion-san. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you simply must have been the one who had it. I was right, too. Soka and I were both right. Giggling, Satoko and Rika-chan clapped their hands together in celebration. You're annoying. Slap, clap. Mion elbowed Satoko and Rika-chan in their heads, then headed for the teacher's lounge. Oh right, have you two heard? Mion has a part-time job. That's why she's not coming to the club. Oh, is that so? That's so very droll of her. Me. Two of them made disappointed faces. Whatever anyone said, Mion's club was always the number one thing I looked forward to when going to school. It wasn't hard to agree with their melancholic expressions after hearing it would be happening today. So Mion got a part-time job. I wonder what she's doing anyway. Whenever Mion canceled club, it was usually because of her job. However, it also didn't seem like she went there every day. She would go 2 to 3 days in a row, then not go at all for a while. It sounded like a pretty damn random part-time job. She isn't working at only one shop or anything. She isn't? Does that mean she's a day laborer? Mion wearing socks and a helmet, sweating to death in a factory. I couldn't imagine such a thing. Mion-san helps her uncle out whenever they have their employees go on vacations. She's like a handyman. Ah, I get it. Now that you mention it, her having a job at her uncle's place. I think I've heard about that before. She has a ton of uncles who run their own shops, so Mia is in very high demand. She has a lot of uncles who own shops? A lot of them? Oh, you weren't aware, Keiichi-san? There are many relatives of Mion-san's Naoki and Mia who run their own stores. Huh. I didn't know that. So they're all different kinds? Yes. There's a bakery, a produce market, a ramen shop, and many others besides. Toy Store we went for the club the other day is one of them. I was dumbfounded. That's amazing. Is Mion family blessed with some kind of crazy business sense? They run so many different things. It's kind of amazing. Hi, doll. How are you? It's alright. I hope your day is better, to be honest. There are others like a loan shark, a land shark, a strip club, and a brothel. What I'm saying is they do lots of things. Okay, a couple of weird things came up that time, but still, I could tell it was pretty extensive. Yeah, Mion comes from a very, big family. Like, they got their hands in, like, pretty much everything going on, especially in Hinamizawa. So, they're important. So the reason she's so fussy about returning money she lent you is because the blood of loan sharks runs through her veins, huh? That explains that. Once, I completely forgot to pay me back for money she gave me to go shopping, and she threatened me, saying that if I didn't return it at all, she'd throw me into the red light district, and that would be the end of me. Oh, that's terrible! Don't say that! She's like 8! Rika-chan being sold into the entertainment industry to pay off her debts. Aw, crap. My nosebleed. That's terrible, Keiichi! She's like 8! Come on, man! That's terrible. Dying by being thrown on the ground must be the silliest form of death I've ever heard of. Huh? She doesn't really get it, does she? No, she doesn't get it at all. Recently, she seems so unspoiled. Rika-chan and I gave her a pat on the head. Why are you petting me?
We're petting you because you're a good girl, Stoko.
Stoko was lost in confusion, but she seemed to understand she was being made fun of. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, her family is in all kinds of stuff. It's so weird. So that's end of chapter 1. Do I try to do another chapter? That first chapter took me almost an hour and a half. And it was all about some game. What the heck? That's usually how it goes, though. Like, the first chapter will be, like, super, like, normal, like, monotonous stuff. And then, like, as the chapters go on, it gets more and more weird. I guess I'll do another one. But no more than this. I wonder why afternoons always make you feel sleepy like this. I wish I had the answer. Sorry. Looking at my emails real quick. None of them are important, but I'm just going through them while I have a minute. The unspoken voice that went so far as to make whoever heard it lethargic. You want a medical explanation for sleepiness? I could say it, but it'll just make you more sleepy. Gah, spare me. It was almost 3 o'clock. 6th period was almost over. By the way, Stoko and everyone else in the lower grades ended their school day after 5th period, so they were probably running around in the schoolyard right now. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, what I would give to be able to join them. We had, like, I think we started off with, like, 6 periods of school, and then it, like, kept escalating until I think when I graduated I had, like, 8. And I was like, why do we have so many? Michan, you're the class representative, so you have to try harder. No going to sleep? You see, rather than the class representative, I'd rather be the president of the boxing club. They get to sleep a lot. Huh? What makes you think that? The boxing gym, they're always hitting the sack. Get it? That's a terrible pun. Bam. The teacher cackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook. That's all from me. I'll leave it at that for day. Representative, please direct the class. Everybody stand up. Add attention. Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that shrewd. Absolutely delightful. Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed-grade school. When the new class was over, Stoko and Rika-chan returned to the classroom. Good work today. Alright, it's time for happy fun club activities. Yeah, that's right. What should we do today? Hey, Michan, why don't we continue what we started yesterday? Yes, we should do that. To have it end like that when things are getting good, I won't accept it. Now, I know how you feel, but let's save that for another time. Something like that shouldn't be done somewhere dinky like a classroom after school, but a grander stage. I'm down whatever, but some of the younger guys said they'd watch me in the finals, so let me know ahead of time. Whoa, Keiichi-kun, you're amazing! There's people cheering you on! I wonder if there's anybody cheering on Reina. I couldn't help but watch as Reina entered her pining maiden mode. I'm not gonna pull any punches, but I'll pray for your victory, Reina. What is that word? With a saturine? Keiichi Brand smile. I ruffled Reina's hair roughly. I have never seen that word in my life. And I'm an English major. What?
How? Keiichi-kun? What are you? How?
Reina turned bright red and short-circuited, smoke billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Reina and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. How do you see through her eyes? Even if it was in somebody else's imagination, it was terribly troubling. Meet Keiichi, the Reina killer. But I think it's the other way around. Reina, the Keiichi killer. When Rika-chan said that, everybody burst out laughing at once. That Reina is a Satoko and Rika-chan killer, though. It may be true that we can't win against Reina, but we won't lose to Keiichi. Oh, this is becoming a pretty interesting relationship map. Our strengths kind of interact like in rock, paper, scissors. But that doesn't include Mion, doesn't it? Of course not. Doesn't matter who it is, I won't lose. Mion leered with the gaze befitting of a club president. No, befitting of an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was as good a moment as any to get started. Well now, let's get started nice and easy. Yeah, so then Mi-chan, what shall we do today? Mion let out a small interjection as she rummaged through the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always a ton of things crammed in there. Everything that's jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know? On top of that, things used for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. The locker, maybe it actually extended through the wall into the 4th dimension. That's my theory anyways. If not that, then how could you explain how someone could put out item after item? Mion touched her hand to her chin briefly in thought. She turned around without pulling out any games. Why don't we try and keep it a bit simple today? Playing games that require lots of pieces all the time can be a little bland, right? It doesn't matter what game it is. If everybody plays together, we can have fun. Yeah, that's right, that's right. Reina and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same way. With this group, there's no doubt even if we were pulling weeds from the school grounds, it would be fun. That wouldn't be fun for me. Pulling weeds or whatever. That's right, isn't it? By the way, Satoko, could you stop reading people's minds by looking at their expressions? Whatever you think is always written all over your face, so I always know right away. I've always been told that, but ever since I transferred, it seems like it's been especially bad. I need to develop a poker face or I could be in for a rough time. A very rough time. Alright, everybody pay attention. I'm going to explain the rules. We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. In no time at all, everybody's gaze is followed like a tiger or a shark, listening intently. That's right. From the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun. Today's game is probably better known as Party Game. It's called Sympathy. Has anybody heard of it before? Sympathy. It means to share someone's feelings, right? Huh, maybe I might know this. Mi-chan, maybe it's the game where we choose a topic and everybody writes down the first word that comes to mind. And the more people who share the same answers, the more points are awarded. In that case, Reina knows about it. I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school where we were on the bus during a field trip. I'm not familiar with this game. I would like an explanation. First of all, we have the leader choose a topic. For example, if they choose dessert. Stoko-chan, when somebody says dessert, what's the first thing you think of? Let's see here. Pudding, or something. Okay, in that case, Satoko, you would write it pudding on your memo pad. Then everybody reveals their answers at the same time. If there's 2 or more people who wrote down pudding, they get points. The more people who write down the same answer, the more points are awarded. So if everybody writes down the same answer, that's a maximum of 5 points. In other words, the trick is to think so that what you write down is the same answer as everybody else. It was exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of this game was to think in a way so that you have the same answer as everybody else. For example, even if you heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, if your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold on to that answer and change to the one that seems like one everybody else will choose. The key becomes not what you think yourself, but being able to predict what everybody else will answer. It's a very high-level intellectual game. Me, for Satoko's sake. Let's try practicing for one round. Okay, for this round, seeing as I'm club president, the leader will be me, alright? Topic can be something random. Taking out our literature textbook, she began flipping to a random page. Alright then, this is the only practice round. First topic is shaved ice. When you say shaved ice, there's only one answer, isn't there? One of the standard flavors of shaved ice, they're strawberry, melon, and blue Hawaii. Most popular amongst those is obviously melon. I like blue Hawaii. Everybody write down an answer? Then everybody show theirs at the same time, okay? Ready, go. Strawberry, melon, Uji Gintoki. What? Strawberry. What? I'm the only one with melon? You guys, don't go down doing something so mundane as picking strawberry as the standard. Hey Reina, would you actually order strawberry shaved rice? First thing that always sells out at summer festivals is always melon, isn't it? Reina also likes melon flavor, but really, it's all about the strawberry, right? Right? Kei-chan, if I was to pick, I would actually choose melon. But you see, this is a word association game. If somebody says shaved ice, the first thing you think of is strawberry. I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, it's this type of game. Rika, what exactly did you write? Is that a type of shaved ice? It's Ujin Gintoki. It's incredibly delicious, you know. Well, it might be delicious, sure, but it's not exactly run-of-the-mill. Still, that's a pretty refined choice. I don't even know what that is. Somebody get on Google Translate and figure out what that is, because I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna do it. Hold on. What's the log? Let's figure out what that is. What is Ujin Gintoki? Ujin Gintoki is a Japanese shaved ice dessert made with shaved ice at the bottom, drizzled with green tea syrup, and topped with red bean paste. That sounds delicious. So it's basically matcha flavoring with red bean paste on top of shaved ice. That sounds wonderful. That should be the standard, 100%. Wow, I want that right now. Where can I buy that? Seriously. I guess you would just have to find green tea flavoring and then buy red bean paste, and then you could make it yourself at home. That's crazy. I love that. Okay. Learn new things every day. Stoko, did this help you get a good idea? There were 3 people who wrote down strawberry, so those people get 3 points. We compete to see who can get the most. Yeah. I've got it. More importantly, Mion-san. What shall we do about today's penalty game? How? There's going to be one after all. What will it be? What should it be? Kei-chan, you have a suggestion? What, for the penalty game? When I was in elementary school, there was a penalty game, yeah. It can only be that. Schlepping. What? In other words, that thing where the loser has to carry around everybody else's baggage. Oh. Like a doormat. It happened often to the boys. Elementary school kids walking around completely covered in backpacks. You see it a lot. But how will we do that? Stoko-chan and Rika-chan's houses are the complete opposite direction from ours. Then how about the loser carries just the winner's stuff to their house? Getting everybody's stuff to their house would involve covering a pretty sizable distance. Oh yeah, just that much might be alright. Somehow, today's penalty game is pretty simple. The penalty game of this level wouldn't even be fun to make Keiichi-san do it. And shall we raise the stakes a bit? Not just playing Porter. Oh. Ta-da! How about we have someone schlep stuff around dressed in this? It's gonna be like a maid costume or something. A maid outfit! I knew it! I know it! Why a maid outfit of all things? How... It's cute and all, but no way! But you see, what do we do if Keiichi-san loses? If we don't have a size that fits him? Oh, I didn't let that little detail get by. I have a nice extra large size one prepared just for Kei-chan. So Kei-chan, are you ready? I'm going to have you walk around outside dressed up as a maid. From the headband to the garter belt, even the underwear. I've got it all prepared for you. Damn, that's savage. This is insane. Why do you have every possible size of that type of thing in that locker? This is bad, Keiichi Maebara. Somehow it's become a situation where my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. What if I make a mistake and lose? I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Oh, ma'am. About that Maebara boy. Did you hear about him? Seems like he has a penchant for cross-dressing. Oh my, really? That'd be so embarrassing, you know. Oh ho ho ho. Yeah, that's way too harsh. That's just incredibly brutal. We're to return this penalty to some semblance of normalcy. Now is the only time. Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. Why, on the way back home from school, do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid uniform and carrying our baggage? Having them say master while dragging them around the village is such an embarrassing outfit. Wait, why am I panting? What is this? This feeling welling up inside of me.
Hey, let's just make it a normal penalty game. Wait, Keiichi-chan has frozen stiff.
Burning with passion, I firmly place my hands on Reina's shoulders. Reina, there's no problem with the penalty game. I just have to win. That's right, everybody. I turned to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly whites flashing with a brilliant gleam. Okay, Sean, you've come around to the idea, eh? No matter what the penalty game is, there's no reason to be afraid. You just have to win. Right, everybody? Yeah. Yeah! From Mio to Rika, everybody energetically thrust their fists up high. Only Reina seemed somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? She wins. Even for Reina, it's quite a delectable opportunity. Hey Reina, don't you see this as a pretty big opportunity? Rika-chan or Sotoko-chan in a maid outfit coming right to your doorstep. This is a historically great chance, isn't it? Reina began sprouting a fountain of blood from her nose. Look in her eyes completely changed. She shifted into cute mode. I was waiting for this, Reina. That look in her eyes. How to my doorstep. It's not like Keiichi-kun or Mi-chan wouldn't be good too. How? Alright. It looks like everybody's prepared themselves. Get your memo pads ready. First question, ready? Mion opened up her textbook to a random page and read out a word that caught her eye. First topic is summer break. This is yet another quite abstract keyword. I would say beach. Well then, let's not everybody worry too much and start with something like this. Everybody good? Time to show them. Ready, go. On Mion's signal, everybody simultaneously held up what they wrote. Let's see, what did everybody write? Summer festival, fireworks, mosquito coils. Oh, okay. Oh, Reina and I have the same answer. Alright, 2 points. But Sotoko's fireworks was pretty good too. Rika's mosquito coil is a very nice seasonal choice as well. What's a mosquito coil? Is that just like a bug catcher? All the choices are quite invigorating. It's almost summer break, isn't it? I wonder how we'll spend it this year. Invigorating words that invoke the image of summer break. Certainly things that enrich the soul. As everybody approaches the soon-to-come summer break, a plethora of dreams should be etched upon their thoughts. By the way, Keiichi-san, what did you answer? Hurry up and show us. I didn't really write down anything that great. No. Showing us is part of the rules. Now come on. Stop it. Don't look. Homework. The room went silent. Nobody could really follow up that response, as if my impertinent answer had somehow sullied the wonderful dreams of that coming summer break. Keiichi-kun's summer breaks were never fun, were they? It's alright. Let's spend the summer this year with everybody. We won't leave you by your lonesome. Rika-chan gently petted my head. What exactly did summer break mean to me? Summer courses, observing sunflowers, practice exams, special summer-focused seminars. I know nothing of hot summers, because I've always been in an air-conditioned cram school. Ugh, the tears, Kei-chan's summer breaks were always devoid of hopes and dreams, weren't they? Wah! Don't look at me with such pity in your eyes! Don't look at me! This game called Sympathy may be more terrifying than I could ever imagine. Well, anywho, Raina and I get 2 points each. Let's keep going. Next is fish. Ugh, I hate fish. So it's fish. Come to think of it, I haven't eaten sushi in a while. By the way, rather than lean tuna, I'm quite the connoisseur of things like flounder. I wonder who I'll match with this answer. Because for a Japanese person, anyone would think of this. I would have just put sushi. Alright everybody, this time we'll start from mine. Ready, go. Sushi. How about that for an answer? When you see a lively fish, do you want to steam it or grill it? No. To have fresh sashimi is the epitome of cuisine. Rather than write sashimi, however, I'll choose the more amiable term in sushi. That is my cunning ploy. But contrary to the intrepid resolve of my reply, everybody's expression was listless.
Oh, that's right. When you say fish, I see. Sushi is tasty, isn't it?
Wah! Stop talking to me in that consoling tone! Stop it! Well then, should the rest of us show our answers? Ready, go! So, oh, he was thinking of food, and they were thinking of, like, stuff. Okay, actual, like, fish, like.
Rika and I have the same answer.
That's 2 points. I really do feel like that's way too broad, because, like, obviously if you're gonna say shaved ice, it's gonna be, like, you know, specific flavors and stuff, but, like, if you just say fish, it could be so many freaking things.
Raina picked whale, eh? I thought about that too, but I ended up picking dolphin. Ah, really? Raina wanted to write dolphin at first, but Raina didn't think anybody else would write it. Either one of them is very cute.
Everyone, including me, stopped and stared blankly as their thoughts drifted over the horizon. Seems as if they can hear the roar of the open sea from over there. I wouldn't have thought of aquarium. My first thought was sushi, too. This means everybody has 2 points. Well, everybody but Keiichi-san.
Keiichi-kun's answers were worth 0 points. Raina thinks they were very unique and interesting.
To immediately think of food when you hear the word fish. Kei-chan, you should really be ashamed of how destitute your soul is, huh? Don't say something like my soul is destitute. Besides, what's with Mion and Reina's answers anyways? Those aren't even fish. Those are mammals. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, dolphins aren't fish. Objection overruled. Next. What a horrid game this is today. As the games pile on, it seems as if I will be further exposed as a petty human being. I'm the only one who still hasn't earned any points. I want to at least get a point in the next round. Alright, the next topic is Sakura. Damn it. This time I'll do it. Keep your cool, Keiichi Maebara. Don't think what you would normally think. Everybody else here is a girl. Stop thinking like a man. Right down Sakura Mochi here, you'll only be repeating the tragedies of the past. Throw away the gesture-centric male sensibility. Just for now, think of yourself as a girl. You are a girl. You are a girl. I am a girl. Everyone's gonna write down Sakura Mochi. Are you ready to finish writing? Let's do it.
Keiichi-san, if you don't start getting points right now, won't it be a bit dangerous?
Humph. This time it's perfect. I've completely suppressed my own instincts. This time, I will have a match. No, I will make it match. Keiichi-kan, you seem pretty confident about this one.
You see, this time, Reina thought like a boy, so I could match up with—
Oh no! Oh no! Reina, why would you do that?
Sakura Mochi. I like them too. I wrote it down.
Reina, oh my god. Reina and Rika giggled together. Whoa! That was not the time to think with your stomach!
Well then, did Keiichi-san write the same answer as me? I put down Hanami. That's right! When you say Sakura, it just has to be a Hanami, yeah?
I wrote that down too. Mion and Satogo's response was Hanami. Hanami? Seriously? That's the kind of event where old geezers getting drunk and doing all sorts of depraved things is the standard, isn't it? And why of all times did you just decide to abandon answering from a girl's point of view? Well then, Kei-chan, what sort of girly response did you write down? It's nothing. Let's move on to the next topic. Moving on. Ah! Before I know it, Rika-chan had circled behind me and was intensely reading the memo I had written behind my back. Card Master Sakura. Ah! Card Character Sakura! Ah! That's what I wrote written down too, actually. Is written down here. Oh, I love Card Captor Sakura. That's like one of my favorite things ever. I actually have the backpack back there with the sigils, magical sigils on it. It became dead quiet. The abrupt silence enveloped the room. It would be fine if somebody at least laughed at me or played it off as something dumb, but nobody even flinched. The feeling in the pit of my stomach reached critical mass, causing my once blood-drained face to flush with a sudden wave of heat. Sakura can only meet Cardmaster Sakura, can't it? It's a super popular anime that's broadcast every week on the government-run networks. It's broken through to every demographic from little girls to grown men. You've seen it, haven't you? No, you've definitely seen it. Even I've seen it. Yeah, even without that forced explanation, I know about it. It's that thingy where she fights in a different costume every week, right? Yeah, I know. It's like my favorite show ever. Well, not my favorite, but one of my absolute favorites. Yep, it's cute, isn't it? Rena sometimes browses through it at the magazine stand to keep up with the story. I actually have all the mangas of Cardcaptor Sakura right now, and I'm working on getting all the clear card, which is the newest section. I saw it for the first time recently. Sakura is cool and so cheerful all the time. I like that girl who's always filming with the camcorder. She reminds me so much of her, actually. Oh my god, Rika's just a little Tomoyo. Except for Tomoyo is a little more, like Reina when it comes to, like, the cute mode thing, the way she is with Sakura. But, like, the way, Rika's, like, aesthetic is a lot like what, Tomoyo is like as well. It's not just popular with little girls, it's also surprisingly well received by older boys, isn't it? To think that Kei-chan was one of those. I feel like I had inadvertently blurted out something unnecessary and had completely self-destructed, but that wasn't the main problem. So you all know it, don't you? Then why didn't you write it down? Sakura means Sakura Kinamoto. Sakura-tan. Cardmaster Sakura is the right answer! I agree. That's what I would have written. You know, quietly put down her hand on my shoulder. Kei-chan. Now I am certain. Kei-chan, you are to your very core a geezer. Irrevocably so. Why is everybody looking at me with those eyes filled with pity? That's not true, Keiichi-kun. Okay, let's do our best. Here's where the comeback begins. There's no coming back for Keiichi-san, the geezer. Now give up quietly and accept your penalty. What was today's penalty game again? Maid outfits. Dressing up as a maid, complete with a hairband and garter belt while carrying around the winner's stuff. No! Alright. If you're real members of this club, show me you won't let anybody come back from this disadvantage. Alright. Let's keep it going. Oh gosh. Yeah, like, especially over there, like, Japan's very, like, old-fashioned in a lot of respects. So to have a guy, like, going, especially in a small town like this, to have a guy going down the street, like, in a maid costume would definitely turn some heads. Like, they probably wouldn't say anything, like, to him, but they'd be really weirded out. What is he laughing about? Whoa, Keiichi-kun seems happy? Why? How can this be? He's probably awoken to the joys of cross-dressing. Keiichi-kun, your hairband is going to fall off. Let me fix that for you. Reina cheerfully adjusted the hairband that had been enshrined upon my head. How does it feel, Kei-chan? Have you awoken to the pleasures of wearing girls' clothing in front of actual girls? Be honest now. It's alright. We won't laugh. You jerk. I'm gonna murder you. Speaking of Mion's bag about wildly, I chased her in circles for a bit. Oh my god. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. I actually like, it's so weird, cause like, guys cross-dressing as girls is weird, but when girls cross-dress as guys, it's not as weird. I don't know why that is, but, for some reason, it's like, instantly, like, dejects your man card if you cross-dress as a girl if you're male, and I hate that that's a thing. Like, people should be able to dress how they want, you know? I don't know. I for one, like wearing men's clothing myself, so... And I don't know why men shouldn't get the same, like, you know, chance as that. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, we didn't even have to add up the score to know who was on top. After that, in the changing room, with much wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion on how to put on everything from ribbons to underwear. Damn you, Mion. What do you mean, knowing this will come in handy one day? That's funny. How the bloody hell will a man know how to put on a garter belt to be useful? Shh. Kei-chan, you're too loud. If you stay quiet, you might be able to pass this off as rehearsal for a play. That's right. If I cause a scene here, they'll find out that I'm wearing women's clothing right down to the unmentionables. I shuddered from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream. Actually, Kei-chan, you really have smooth skin. Are you often told that it's easy to apply makeup on you? What? Who would say that? Saying that, Mion gently rubbed my cheek. What kind of man gets praised for being easy to apply makeup on them? How does it feel wearing a maid's hairband? Really finishes off the look. The hairband is the best part of a maid outfit, after all. What do you mean, finishes off the look? Dumbass. Stop teasing me. Keiichi-kun is embarrassed. Cute. That's right. Men like things like garter belts, right? So how does it feel wearing one yourself? I don't really feel it. Hey, stop it! Don't flip it up. It's tight, isn't it? Oh my god. Stop! You expect me to read all this out loud? Stop! Oh, my miserable... What? I can't read this out loud! You're turning red, you're turning red. Have you finally realized it? That's right. Right now, Kei-chan is exactly the type of maid that every healthy male wants. I mean, except for the gay ones. Stop it, Mion. Really? Why do you have to whisper that right at my ear? Have you ever just wanted to hold a maid close to you? Kei-chan, you've currently become one with that maid. Don't you see? It's a distance far closer than mere touch can ever achieve. There, can't you hear that pulse, that breath? Mi-chan, that's how... On the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Reina's nose. Putting on makeup probably making you wear a wig with the straight, long hair you like so much. Kei-chan, I've made you into your ideal woman. And now you're going to walk around town with me. You'll surely monopolize the eyes of all the men. This is where it ends. That would definitely make you feel really good, wouldn't you? Wouldn't it? If only you didn't have the- Oh my god. I can't read that out loud. Saying that, she tried to flip my skirt. This is definitely not the time. I can't let them see me with this male-centric problem. Before I realized it, Reina was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek.
Keiichi-kun, when you were fidgeting like that, you were super cute. I'm going to take you home.
Peering through Reina's vice-like embrace, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. This might be what Satoko and Rika-chan feel like when they become Reina's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Reina down from her frenzy. Oh my god. Later, Kei-chan. Say it was super enjoyable. You will rue this day, Mion. This disgrace shall be returned tenfold. I'll achieve an overwhelming victory, then condemn you to a public shaming. Only if you can beat me. I look forward to seeing you try. Mion tossed me my clothes. Oh, wait. And looking in as good a mood as I've ever seen her, left. Okay, now that I've been released by Mion, I can't waste even a second running home. By the way, Reina isn't as good as Mi-chan. So if we happen to bump into anybody, I won't be able to follow up for you, okay? Oh, Lord. Soon after that, I went to a full-out dash. I'm pretty sure I was running the 100M in about 6 seconds there. Well then, Keiichi-kun. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. The fact that I didn't bump into anybody I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. It's been going my way today. At that moment, the front door opened, as if somebody was waiting for me. Oh, Keiichi, so you're home. I was just about to go for a walk. I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. I never first when I realized the peculiar scene before them around. Oh, Keiichi. Dad. Hi. See, this is, you see, you know that club I'm always talking about? This is one of the penalty games we do there. Just so happened I lost today. My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortably warm hand. Keiichi, let's have a little talk in my studio. We'll keep it a secret from Mom, of course. No, Dad, let go! There's a show I want to watch right now. Mion, you shall rue this day. His artistic flame raging like wildfire. My dad dragged me along. I disappeared into the depths of the studio. Oh no. Oh, that's gotta be an awkward conversation between father and son. Keiichi, are you home? Oh, you were in the bath. Is that makeup remover? They actually put makeup on? That's so funny. More importantly, what's the matter? Sorry. I have a headache and I don't think I can make dinner tonight. I'm terribly sorry, but can you go out to eat with your dad? My mom is a go-get-em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. So this kind of a situation is hardly a rarity. That's fine, but what will you eat? It's just for myself. I can probably find a way to scrounge something together. Take care. Keiichi, we'll take the car, so hurry up. Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He really only moves so energetically when it's time to eat. That sounds like me. Sorry to keep you waiting. So, where are we going to eat? I recently found a nice store. Let's go there. My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place it is that he'd rank at 3 stars. Someone who seeks the way of the gourmand? I don't know. I, Keiichi Maebara, am generally intrigued. The headlights of the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawa night, carving a straight path towards town. I was pondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was shockingly the family restaurant right by the station. Dad, that great restaurant you were talking about, was this? The words Angel Mort were written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. It had the air of a girl-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a proper restaurant. You've never been inside, Keiichi? Come to think of it, I hadn't. There's been some times where I've traveled to faraway towns to eat. But returning only as far as Okinamiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone's throw away, after all. I see. That was the only reason I have never noticed it before. We stopped the car in the restaurant's parking lot. It seems like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here. But what really amazes me are the license plates. There's just a lot of them that can't be seen from this area. Fukuyama, Nagoya, well that's fine. Chiba? Saitama? Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken to get here via the major highways. Keiichi, it seems that you finally realized how amazing this restaurant is. What's the meaning of this? How can so many people travel from so far away just to come to this restaurant? Following my dad, I climbed the steps and entered the building. I swear if it's a maid cafe. The bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size and whether we wanted a smoking or non-smoking seat, she guided us inside. Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed that they were ready-made, so there wasn't much of a wait at all until our meals were brought to us. The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from your run-of-the-mill family restaurant. If you're just talking about the taste, it seems like normal family restaurant fare. Who gives a damn about the taste, Keiichi? See? Isn't it great? I see. It just may be that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of the customers was pretty much all young men. It may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family. And yet, it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country. If they didn't come from far and wide to eat this completely mediocre food, there's only one other reason. Dad blocked down a nearby waitress. Excuse me, dessert that comes with the meal still hasn't come yet. Oh no! Oh, I'm so sorry. There's a dessert that comes with daily combo A. I've been waiting for quite a while. Oh, it's my apologies. I'll bring it right away. I think that's, Mion's twin, actually. The apparently rookie waitress brushed off flustered. Dad, could it be this restaurant is... Aren't they great? The waitress's uniforms here, I mean. Oh, yeah, that's why. What are you doing, Keiichi? My own father never hit me. I'm your son. Listen, Keiichi, I've never come here with impure intentions. That bell and adorante and why are you using these big words? And eccentric clothing, well, it is my artistic muse. I wanted you to feel that. Even you must have yearned for this stimulation, haven't you? Coming here alone, though, this is a bit embarrassing. You understand? That's why I dragged you here. Just blame me. Even if you must condemn me, I wanted you to know this feeling, Keiichi. I need to take a leak. My father has always had a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a smokescreen. I want to believe that this weirdness won't be genetic. During this one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the washroom. With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go beet red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes alternating between the order slip and the table. Arriving on my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from her over the shoulder. Just calm down and say sorry for the wait. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering that into her ear, the veteran waitress left. This waitress must have just been hired. With absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly and maybe even somewhat perilously. Just watching her put me on edge. I suddenly watched as she placed the dessert on the table with an inexperienced hand. But it's just as Dad said. What incredible uniforms these are. It was like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of frilly outfit. All in a perfect ratio. Most certainly a rather dubiously charming kind of fashion. In any case, she in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. What should I do? I was catching glimpses of too many things. That is, I didn't know where I should look. Wearing something like that, walking around the restaurant, it's as bad as it can be for digestion. Even though she was wearing the outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know? It's alright to be more straightforward. Why is he turning into Reina? Oh, my nose is starting to bleed. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is... Mio? Is that you? Eh? On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude. I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion. Why is she here? Why are you working at a place like this? I'm helping out at my uncle's store. Oh, is it actually Mion? Come to think of it, I did hear her talk about her relatives have stores in town, that she sometimes works part-time to help them. Oh, that must be a lot of work. The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instant. Knowing that this was Mion, there was no reason to feel that way. Well, actually, my animal instinct tells me that the power balance between Mion and myself has been turned upside down. That's right. I'm a customer. My position is superior to hers. The humiliation from today's penalty game was cutting through the recesses of my mind. There really is a god. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of vengeance burning in my eyes, Mion took a step back. But seeing it like this type of closing suits you very nicely, doesn't it? It's embarrassing, so don't look so much. I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that Mion is currently defenseless. While confirming my attack was successful, I simultaneously lined up the combo. Oh my god. Of course he has to talk about her boobs. All the customers are definitely looking at you. Don't say that! Don't play coy with me. Oh my god. I'm not even enjoying drawing all the male attention with that embarrassing getup. It's not like I'm doing this because I like to. It's the this alright, Keiichi Maebara? Aren't you taking this a little too far? Even if it's payback for the humiliation during the day, isn't this too much? Hey, shut up, Logic. To payback me on tenfold is a chance you'd hardly ever get. Wearing this kind of getup, your mother must be so disappointed. Oh my god, that's terrible! That part where you can almost just see something is the best. You lack the spirit of service. Please forgive me. Oh my god, this is terrible. I want to take you home. Why is he turning into Reina? No, not that. Anything but Reina cute mode. Entering a version of Reina's cute mode, blood spewing from my nose like a waterfall. I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete the verbal humiliation, revenge for today's events. Yep, I'll spare you the rest for today. How... It seems that Mion's neural circuits had completely shorted from the embarrassment. I might have teased her a little too much, or so I thought. But such a meek Mion is something you hardly ever see, so this was good for now. Leaving aside that what exactly was good. I never knew. To think that the high and mighty Mion would have a hard time being a waitress. That's wrong. This is such a surprising side of you. I want to show this to the Mion from this afternoon. Actually, I want to show Reina and the others. Reina will definitely flip out with joy. Do you think she'll say she wants to work here? That's wrong. I could never imagine in my wildest dreams that such a cute outfit would suit you, Mion. I think it is Shion, actually. I'm saying that's wrong. While turning bright red, Mion finally spits out the words that were lodged in her throat. What do you mean? That's wrong. I'm not Mion. Yeah, that's her twin. I knew it! What? I was taken aback at Mion's confusing words. If you're not Mion, then who are you? You're Mion Sonozaki, right? I'm sorry. I should have said this earlier, but... My name is Shion Sonozaki. Mion is my older sister. My eyes unconsciously widened with surprise from this brazen, crazy talk. Mion probably thinking that there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turning bright red while fidgeting nervously. Shion? Shion Sonozaki? Yes, I'm often mistaken for my sister. But when we met, you had the kind of response that you wouldn't make if you were meeting for the first time. That's because my sister is always talking about you, so I knew who you were. A little bit of a cringe-worthy excuse, that is. But when I looked at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to tease completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be the leader who was normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to lash out at that Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for, so I understand. This foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion. I see. In that case, I'm sorry. Oh no, as long as you understand. My sister has a lot of enemies, you see. Well, now she's self-aware of that fact now, is she? As I unintentionally laughed aloud, Shion laughed with me. Shion, is this your first time being a waitress? It doesn't seem like you're used to it. Actually, today is, Kei-chan is my first customer. A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Seeing that blatant quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop laughing. So you said you've worked part-time at your uncle's store before? I thought you would have been more used to it. Oh, I have other relatives that run shops. That's why this is the first time I'm helping the uncle that owns this place. I see. Makes sense. Anybody would be tentative doing a job they weren't used to. Does Mion ever help out at the store? Oh, my sister is. You see, she's not good with these cutesy things. I know what she's trying to say. That's right. Mion is more suited for cool things. So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. The uniform. It would never suit somebody like Mion. But for Shion, I think it works. Huh? You mean that, Shion, like Reina often does, spaced out and turned bright red. What does that mean, exactly? At least for this moment, I felt like the Shion character actually existed. Because there was no way the Mion I knew had this side to her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room. Sonozaki-san, you could take a break now. Okay. Mion finally returned to her senses. It seemed as if it was her time to take a break. Well then, I'll take my leave. It was fun talking to the infamous Kei-chan. Sorry for mistaking you for Mion and teasing you. Please tell Mion that I will have my revenge one day. That thing where you were forced to dress as a maid and walk around outside, right? That devilish laugh and smile, it was exactly the same one as the one I knew. That's right. Tell her that I will return the favor of the total humiliation I suffered. Bleh. More importantly, I'm going to complain that my sister about the teasing I had to endure today. My sister will have my revenge during her club activities. Bring it on. I'll get her before she gets me. Mion laughed with a warm smile devoid of any remaining nervousness and disappeared into the back. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right, for now I know the high and mighty Mion has a weak point to panic and get embarrassed about. But of all things, for her to say she has a twin sister, I thought that maybe I should ask Reina tomorrow if she really has a sister. Maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. I've decided that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister, so I'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new role between me and Mion. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. That was a long trip to the washroom. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece when he was sitting on the can. Keiichi, are you about ready? Let's go home. Settling the bill, my father had his customer card stamped. It was pretty much filled. Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular customer. Is that new waitress now just somebody you know, Keiichi? Oh, so you were watching from the shadows. Dad has the oddest sense of tact sometimes. Somebody from school? From Hinamizawa? Yeah, she's the little sister of my friend Mion. Her school isn't in Hinamizawa, so she must go to one in town. I've never seen her at my school. So not all of the kids in Hinamizawa go to the same school? Only about half. The other half will go all the way to town on their bikes. In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister. Something like that? Even with Mion being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me both a little happy and a little embarrassed. Yep, that's definitely a thing. Okay. Is there really a Shion? There is. Interesting. Huh? Mion-san's family? Yeah. More broadly, I was just wondering if she had any brothers or anything. I was actually wondering whether her younger twin sister named Shion really existed. My curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it. I wonder. She might not. She wasn't being very clear about it. Has Satoko never gone to Mion's house to play? From your reaction, I guess you've never met any. Yes, I've never seen any of her relatives except for her grandmother. As far as I could tell, there were already dark clouds over the Shion is real theory. Rika would know more than I. You would do well to ask her. Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight. Rika, do you know anything about Mion-san's family? Rika-chan was surprised at the sudden question. Mi has a big family, so I don't really know everything about them. That many, huh? For example, is there someone named Shion Sonozaki? Well, I might have heard wrong. So she might not actually exist, but... You mean she? Shion exists? Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real. Their names are quite similar, you know. I get tongue-tied trying to tell the difference. I've heard she's Mi's younger twin sister, but I haven't met her too many times. Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much. I think I met her once at a funeral a few years ago. She's not in this class, so maybe she goes to school in Okinomiya. She may live there, too. Mion-san herself lives apart from her family, with her grandmother, after all. She didn't live with her parents? That was a bit odd. Was there something between them? It's a very complicated family. She seems to have many relatives. There are doubtless many different circumstances. From now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious. Oh, what are the three of you talking about? Let this old man in on it. Oh, I think we have a spammer. How do I... Actually not sure how to delete that message, but I'm pretty sure that's a spammer. Might it be true that you have a younger twin sister? Mion, crab. A younger sister? Well, yeah, I do. How do you ban? I blocked them. Oh, there it is. I see. Okay. I learned something today. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I was like... I've never seen that before, so, but I'm sure it happens a lot. I think she's looking at me. Oh my, I had no idea. What kind of person might she be? I would very much like to meet her sometime. You shouldn't bother. She's not cute at all. She's really conceited. Besides, I've been talking to her on the phone once in a while. I haven't seen her for a long time either. Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she was declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, this is pretty funny. So I let it go for a little while longer. Another Mion under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? I had a mysterious feeling, as if I'd made a new friend, despite knowing that Shion and Mion were the same person. She really does exist. But it's also interesting because they look the same, so they could, like, easily pass as one for another. And I feel like they, so it's, like, hard to tell, you know, which is which sometimes. One of them could easily, like, take the other's place. So, that's just some little food for thought. Reprinting from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide April issue. Family Restaurant chapter. Now, at last, we come to the blazing hot third day, to Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shishibone city of Prefecture. Why exactly do the most famous stores avoid the centers of human habitation? It can only be because it is a trial given to us by the god of war photography. It's famous locally for having the best desserts in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can just go to a something place or something. We aim not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms. The fragrant aroma of sweet sweat wafts from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device. How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all of the other restaurants with cute uniforms all across the country? War photography hunter away. What was that? The smoking areas are the real superpositions. Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. Yesterday I failed to get seating. Today I will aim for the ultimate golden seat, the corner box in the smoking area. Otakus are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so I'll procure a spot in the smoking area instead of camp there. As expected of Ryu the Hunter, saying his victory was decided the moment he chose a seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, but he also obtained it with ease. What game is this? By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scooping out his chance for a picture. But as if cursed by that, from the day forward, the god of war photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successive, firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chance coming his way. And after 4 p.m., a man begging began to take his orders. It looks as though he has been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. My aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seemed to have backfired. The fork technique. Maybe they were wary, since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. My camera was already hidden in my travel bag. I might fossilize it there. If there were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking there half a day, I'd have a high encounter rate. I am mortified. Even so, he still got a few pieces of gold, as to be expected from the hunter. He attained his nice angle despite lamenting his failure. He is an artisan. More surprising, though, is that his uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to approximately half the total prefecture police stations in the country. That thing before, our hunter took on the Shrine Maiden cuisine in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Despite waiting half a day, the much-anticipated Shrine Maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Now then, here we have the giveaway of the hunter's original photographs that always receive such high praise. We present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat low-angle pictures of the Angel Mort uniforms chosen by the hunter himself. Such blazing hot pictures. What did it say? I don't know. That's funny. Why am I not surprised that someone would make an article about uniforms? Girl uniforms. Surprisingly, no one has gotten arrested, though. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna stop it there because this has gone on for way too long. I really wish we could have gotten to one of the, like, creepy parts before I stopped, but that'll probably be hit in the next chapter or so. It usually takes a long time for the build-up to happen, so this is just the beginning stages of, you know, showing you who the characters are, what they act like, and introducing Shion, so there's that. So yeah, that's just the beginning, but next week, probably same day, same time again, I will probably get back on this and play this again, so hopefully we can get to some more interesting parts, as opposed to just the, you know, casual school banter. So, thanks to everybody for showing up. I appreciate everybody's support. And I will see you all in the next video. The next stream, I guess. Which will be posted as a video. Yes. So, see you guys later. Bye!